Chapter 3: The Miracle-Working Power of Your Subconscious. This chapter builds upon the foundation laid in the first two chapters, exploring the specific ways in which the subconscious mind can be used for healing and transformation. It's a chapter full of empowering anecdotes and assertions, focused on convincing the reader that they have an innate, miracle-working power within them. This chapter reinforces the idea that the subconscious mind is not just a passive recorder but an active force capable of producing real and tangible effects in our lives. This idea goes far beyond simply suggesting the subconscious is a tool for personal growth, but that it is a gateway to experiences that could be considered miraculous. The author states that a personal healing will ever be the most convincing evidence of our subconscious powers. This statement is followed by a personal anecdote that aims to underscore the practical and powerful nature of these concepts. The story is presented as proof that this process works. The author describes how he resolved a malignancy, sarcoma, using the healing power of his subconscious mind, which is said to have created him and maintain his vital functions. This establishes a strong, experiential basis for the chapter's claims and presents the reader with evidence that these principles can lead to powerful and practical results. This personal story is a powerful message, showing that these principles are not just theoretical but have real-world implications. The author suggests that the creative intelligence which made all our organs can heal its own handiwork. This notion connects the power of the subconscious to a divine intelligence. By making this connection, the author appeals to a sense of faith and spirituality. It also presents a rationale for the innate healing capabilities of the body. If the body is a product of this intelligence, it stands to reason that it also possesses the capability to self-heal. This idea is central to the chapter, emphasizing that the subconscious has the inherent capacity to restore itself to health and balance. Another key point in the chapter is the idea that scientific prayer is the harmonious interaction of the conscious and subconscious mind, scientifically directed for a specific purpose. This definition of scientific prayer emphasizes the rational, intentional use of the mind for manifesting specific desires. It implies that prayer isn't just a matter of blind faith, but a process that can be understood and effectively applied. The chapter presents scientific prayer as a method for focusing the mind and directing its energies towards desired outcomes. This is a departure from traditional views of prayer and frames it as an active, intentional endeavor, using both the conscious and subconscious minds to achieve specific goals. The chapter then goes on to assert that the book will teach you the scientific way to tap the realm of infinite power within you, enabling you to get what you really want in life. This promise is an encouragement to the reader to begin using the techniques that are described in the rest of the book, as they will make it possible to receive what they really desire in life, such as a happier, fuller, and richer life. The author suggests that by using the miracle-working power of the subconscious, one can smooth their way in daily affairs, solve business problems, and bring harmony into family relationships. This claim shows that the power of the subconscious is not limited to physical healing, but can be used to improve any aspect of life, including the personal, professional, and relational. The idea is that the techniques are tools for navigating and improving all areas of life. The author urges the reader to read the book several times, and he emphasizes that the many chapters will show you how this wonderful power works, and how you can draw out the hidden inspiration and wisdom that is within you. The emphasis on multiple readings highlights that these concepts are not meant to be superficially absorbed, but rather internalized through diligent study. The promise of unlocking hidden inspiration and wisdom shows that the subconscious is not just a power source, but also a source of knowledge and guidance. It is a realm where inner wisdom can be accessed and brought to the surface. The chapter presents the idea that everyone prays, which is something many people do in times of emergency, illness, and when facing problems. The fact that people naturally turn to prayer during crises is presented as evidence of the innate human understanding of the power of the subconscious and a higher power. The chapter acknowledges that prayer is a natural human behavior and points out how prayer is a part of daily life, ranging from children's simple prayers to giving thanks at the dinner table. These examples serve to normalize prayer as an everyday practice and not something limited to specific times or events. It also acknowledges that the power of prayer is present in all, not just those who identify as spiritual or religious. The author acknowledges that people in trouble often have difficulty in thinking and acting reasonably and need an easy formula to follow. This recognition is a sign of the author's understanding of the reader's needs. The author presents himself as someone who understands and who is providing guidance, and the book is a source of easy-to-follow techniques. This practical approach shows that the book is not just about abstract ideas, but about offering real-world tools for people to overcome their struggles. It also presents the author as someone who has compassion and empathy. The chapter highlights that a unique feature of the book is its down-to-earth practicality and that the reader is presented with simple, usable techniques and formulas. This sets the tone for the rest of the book, which is presented as being accessible, usable, and free of overly complicated jargon or theory. The book is presented as a guide, not an abstract philosophical treatise. This emphasis on practicality is important because it makes the information more approachable and useful for the average person. The focus is on application, ensuring that the reader is not just learning concepts, but is also gaining tools to apply them. The author shares that he has taught these techniques to people all over the world, and he gives the example of a class in Los Angeles where over 1,000 people attended. This experience is used to demonstrate the widespread appeal of these concepts. It also gives the reader a sense of community, knowing that the techniques are used by many. This helps to validate the concepts and gives the reader the confidence to know these techniques are effective and worthwhile. The author notes that these people traveled long distances to learn these techniques, further emphasizing the value they placed on the information. The chapter reveals that many people have asked why they have prayed and received no answer, and that the book will reveal the reasons why. This is an example of how the book aims to tackle common questions about prayer and spirituality, providing rational and practical explanations for phenomena that are often considered mysterious. By addressing these common concerns, the book is meant to be a comprehensive guide for those seeking to understand the principles of prayer and their own subconscious minds. This chapter goes on to suggest that the book is valuable because it gives many ways of impressing the subconscious mind and getting the right answers, and that it is an ever-present help in time of trouble. This sets the tone for the rest of the book and shows that the book is a guide to the practical application of the power of the subconscious mind for both everyday and difficult situations. The book presents itself not just as a source of knowledge, but as a tool for practical transformation and problem-solving. The power of the subconscious is not just a theoretical concept, but a practical force that the reader can use at all times. The chapter also suggests that the miracle-working powers of the subconscious existed before you and I were born, and that the truths predate all religions. This broadens the scope of the book's teachings, presenting them as a set of universal principles that apply to all people, regardless of their religious or spiritual backgrounds. This emphasis on universality allows the reader to see that these principles are not tied to any specific belief system and can be applied by anyone. It also suggests these truths are timeless and foundational. The author urges the reader to lay hold of this wonderful, magical, transforming power, which will bind up mental and physical wounds, proclaim liberty to the fear-ridden mind, and liberate you completely from the limitations of poverty, failure, misery, lack, and frustration. This powerful encouragement connects the power of the subconscious to the freedom from limitations that many experience in life. It reinforces that the power of the subconscious is a tool that can lead to both inner and outer transformation. The emphasis on liberation and freedom makes this chapter a call to action for readers to change their lives by tapping into this power. The promise is of a complete transformation,